Nice. Hey, look at that. Okay, so we got YouTube set up right now. Okay, mute. I don't know what that does. Share and stream and edit. Nice. Okay, let's make sure this turns on. Okay, things looking good. Let's turn on TikTok. Three, two, one. Dang, that is orange. Let's adjust this light real quick. There we go. TikTok Live has begun. All right. Since we're just now getting started, let's start off with this little tiny knife. Okay, so this is just a little tiny kitchen knife, paring knife. We're going to clamp it in our little guide. So we got our guide knife clamped. Now what this is the Torment T8. How this thing works is we're going to set this on there, get our angle finder. Our angle finder is going to tell us what angle we're currently sitting at, which is way down there at 10. It's a little too steep. So we're doing a double live. Everyone on TikTok, do you know Andrew Miller? No, I don't know an Andrew Miller. I know an Andrew Seal. Way too much. Come here. Okay. Still too much. How much should I raise it up by? Okay, so we're sitting just at 19 roughly. Let's go down just a tad bit more. Going for about 17 for the paring knife. Oh, almost messed up, no wonder. Okay, so earlier, I set this at this honing wheel. So that would have been like way off. Okay, so going back to the original. So that's more like 15 degrees. Up a little bit. So far, we've gotten on YouTube 2 likes and 1 viewer. TikTok, we're at 309, 13 viewers and 2 likes. Okay, so we'll run with that. Okay, so you know what I should have done? We should have put a Sharpie mark on it to be sure that we're pretty close to the original angle. Okay, so what we'll do is run the Sharpie over this whole edge. of the knife. Now just tell us if, yeah, this knife was originally at 15. Can you sharpen? Yeah, so this kitchen knife is just a standard cheap stainless steel. Stainless steel is like your most common knife steel that you're gonna come across. Okay, so yeah, 15 is pretty much where this knife was originally set up. Ah, slipped. Oh. My hat's creating a glare. Yeah, that should be good with that side. Nice, we just gotta follow. So I don't know if anybody on this live right now has already seen the original video that I posted just today. But we did a video talking about this OTF Cobra Tech, and we're doing some guesses to see who can actually get the closest whenever we do a knife sharpness test. We'll be doing that test later after we're done sharpening these knives. A little bit more. Maybe my knife. Ah, it got away from me. Oh, it is. So the tricky thing about surgical steel is it's still considered just stainless steel. They just give it a fancier name. But surgical steel is just a stainless steel version. This RH, I'm not sure what that is. Um, okay. That should be good for that one. Okay, so we're gonna turn this off since we're getting a completely different size knife. Could you sharpen serrated blade? I could possibly, but not with this setup. This setup doesn't have a serration sharpening system. Typically, whenever you're doing serration, it's gonna be hand sharpened. There are machines, but it kind of depends on your serration because there's several different styles. But serration blades are a lot harder to sharpen just because there's so many different versions. You typically have to use one of those diamond rods. Okay, so real fast while we're taking a changing. Okay, so this knife, we're gonna test how sharp it is at the end of this live, I guess you'd call it. I'm also doing a live over on YouTube. So if anybody wants a guess at this, jump over onto YouTube. I know I'm making it difficult, yeah. But what we're gonna do is give this knife away. It's Cobra Tech Digital White Camo D2 Steel OTF. Now, if you go onto YouTube and you're watching and you wanted to try to win the knife, just guess a number between 0 and probably 200. Closest in the, well, I guess whoever gets it right, depending on how many people comment, you can have the knife. Because on the original video, I already took screenshots of everybody who commented before I started this live. So I guess if you want a second guess, YouTube is another way. I don't know what that means. Anyways, nice sharpening. All right, so actually, I haven't tried the CRKT M16 yet, so I need to get that one. I've had a few people talking about it, but we just never actually bought one. We got 2 people watching on YouTube right now, and we got 2 likes. People on YouTube, if you comment a number, you have a chance to win this. The only reason why I'm saying on YouTube is just because I'm trying to grow that over there. For anybody wondering, my YouTube is linked onto this TikTok account. Okay, so we did a few passes. Let's add our Sharpie. No, not really. I'd like it to be a business, but right now I just do sharpening as a hobby slash for TikTok and YouTube stuff because I'm into knife stuff. Kitchen knives are the best too. Whoever just commented 3 on YouTube, I will give you a second try just because 3 may be a little too low. So how the system works is it goes off a weight and there's a piece of string that goes across. Now typically anything under 50 is like your razor blade sharpness to shave with. And pocket knives are going to be anywhere between, I'd say, 50 to 300 range. Factory edge. Look at that. 3 people already commented a number. Okay, so we got the whole Sharpie removed off of this whole side. You didn't answer my question. Oh, shoot. Got away from me. Okay, you didn't answer my question. You can't do You might have to re-ask the question because I'm not sure what question. So if you guessed already on my TikTok video, I already took screenshots of those just in case because I can't look at the TikTok video while I'm doing a live. So after I got done going live, I was also going to check out all those guesses. Just do a tad bit of Sharpie. Okay. All right, so this one should be good. We got a 200, 130, and 115. Hundred and 30 people watching on TikTok right now. All right, so we got to set up a whole nother knife angle. We got a different size knife on. Just under 15. So let's change that. Still, let's go on. Yeah. Tiny bit more. All right. 2 little turns should be good. You know, chef's knives are so fun to sharpen on this. Maybe a little bit more. Yeah, we can do a torture test. I haven't gotten into those quite yet just because I don't want to break my knives. But I guess if we have a decent amount of people going, hey, test out this knife and do a torture test to it, we probably will. So if there's like enough people agreeing on a certain knife, we'll for sure do a torture test. Basically, what a torture test is, if no one knows that's watching, torture test is where you basically test out all the features of the pocket knife, like handle durability. Is the lock going to hold? You're going to put a ton of weight on it. You're going to be smashing it. You're going to do the tip test. Just basically a really, really rough exercise just to make sure the knife can hold up. I need to get me some kind of guard thing over here to stick on there because every time I sharpen the knife going this way, a bunch of water starts to run out. It starts going all over the table and things. Uh, yes, we will test. We got one more knife two more knives to sharpen. And then we'll hone them with some leather and then test the knives. Okay. Should be good on this one. This one's a bit dirty. Okay, so anybody that may be new that just started watching this real fast, switching this again. So this Cobra Tech, we're going to be doing a giveaway over on YouTube, but also on this TikTok. So what we are doing, I posted a video earlier. People commented how sharp they think this knife is. Everybody that already commented on that video, I took screenshots of everything to kind of keep record before I started this live for all their guesses. Now, if anybody watching on TikTok wanted to guess a sharpness, I have my YouTube stream going right now, trying to build up followers over there and trying to get more YouTube watch hours. If you wanted to go over to YouTube to guess how sharp this knife is for a chance to win it, jump over there and just drop in a comment of what you think that rating is. So I have a comment over on YouTube. He's basically asking, appreciate the whetstone hand sharpening videos. Okay, so the Tormek looks cool. How would you compare the edge between the Tormek and your whetstones? So, what I like about the Tormek T8 compared to whetstones is I get a lot more consistent angle. Dang, that's right on. I get a lot more consistent on the angles with the Tormek. Now it's able to get me a really nice finish, and most of the times I'll even combine the sharpenings. I'll do Tormek T8 up to a 1200 grit. That's what's on here right now, and then I'll finish it off with like a 3000 and 5000 whetstone if I really wanted to polish up this knife edge. Now, as in quality, I have messed up before on whetstones, so I get a lot more consistent sharpening out of this, but I do enjoy whetstone sharpening a lot more. So out of that, which is better? I mean, I know I could get probably a way better finish on my whetstones because I can go all the way up to 10,000 grit. I can be able to get a mirror finish kind of situation, and the knife edge would be extremely smooth. But it's going to take me a lot longer, and it's probably not going to have like an even bevel on each side. I'm not the best at it, but I do enjoy it a lot. Let's sharpie this edge. But yeah, I do need to make another whetstone video. I haven't made one of those in a while. Huh? Camera mic? Oh, I'm not too sure. Okay. 453 people on TikTok. Holy cow. Okay. Huh. Okay, so we completely got the Sharpie edge removed. Maybe just a tad bit more on the tip area of the knife. How'd you clean rusty knives? So there are a few things you can do. Now, they have different knife oils that will help with that. They have rusty racers. Depends on how bad it is. Because most of the time, if it's just a tiny bit, you can get away with just using a knife oil and a soft but tough enough brush and cleaning it off yourself. Now, if it's a little bit more intense, you're going to obviously have to do a lot more cleaning. And if it's really bad, sometimes you even have to sand it all the way off and start from fresh. So it just depends on how bad it is. But if it's just little spots of rust throughout your knife, you can get away with using some oil and a brass brush and lightly brushing away. And it should come off. But that just depends, like I said, on how bad the rust is. how much does this setup cost? Okay, so that's a tough one because it's expensive, huh? But anyways, this whole setup, I did upgrade and buy this whetstone. You don't have to because it comes with one already. If you just buy the basic knife sharpener kit, it's like $1,200. But with this 1200 grit whetstone or diamond stone, adding that brought it up to more like $1,700. But it is really nice. It's just really expensive. I cut myself just watching this. You know, actually, how much are my knives? I actually don't have any knives. Right now, I just sharpen knives. No, I need to. It'd be cool. But now I don't have any knives I sell. I do have been working on trying to get a, what do you call it? Like a mini little setup to start making just um, a few knives. But at the moment, we're just sharpening knives we find. Yeah, I've sharpened for a few people. Maybe not a whole lot, but typically it's just been my followers. Uh, will send me in a few knives to sharpen. So if you are interested, just shoot me a message and get that set up. And typically, I recently haven't been charging for it just because if my video can do good enough, it'll pay for itself. So I'm betting on my video being good enough for enough views to where whoever gets a knife sharpened by me doesn't need to pay. So this is the Tormek T8. It's a fun machine. It does really well. Sharpens your knives really good. It's just really expensive. And I would recommend it to people getting into this, but that's more of the extreme level. If you have a lot of knives, or if you're planning on ever getting into knife sharpening as a business. Yeah, so, but knife, hand sharpening, whetstone sharpening, that is still probably one of the best. It's fun to do, and it takes a little bit of time to learn, yeah, but you'll get just as good knife sharp. Your knife edge, sorry, will be just as good as a guided machine. Like, yeah, this will be a little bit faster and more consistent, but over time, your whetstones will be just as good, if not better. And I've made a few videos on whetstone sharpening. I probably need to make more because someone else was talking about it too.